All right, well, it's time to do another weekly Squardle, and I've had some requests recently to do another multi-Squardle solve, so I'm just going to do 2 weeklies today. On the left there is going to be the actual weekly Squardle for this week, which I believe is number 54, and on the right is a bonus weekly Squardle. There are bonus weekly Squardles available if you join the Patreon for Squardle, or if you have a YouTube channel and you can get the creator of the game to give you some for free. So that's another option if you want to go that route. But anyways, so I had a suggestion from someone to do a start of countries, which I thought was kind of an idea. And they have a country from different continents. So Spain from Europe, Japan from Asia, Chile from South America, Niger from Africa. Some people call it Niger. I believe the people in Niger call it Niger. I don't know. A lot of these countries are pronounced different ways in different languages, so if you pronounce it differently, good for you. And then Tonga in Australia, which is probably pronounced differently, I'm sure. But interesting, it's 5 of the 7 continents. Obviously, we're not gonna have a country from Antarctica, and I thought, I wonder if there's a country in North America that would fit. And so I looked up the countries and I found 2 that were 5 letters, because that's the first criteria, you gotta have 5 letters. Haiti and Aruba, and neither one is an acceptable guess in Wordle. So this is the best we can do with getting a different country from each continent, I think. So anyways, I'm gonna go with those 5. If you're not familiar with Squardle, it's like Wordle on a grid. We're guessing a row and a column at the same time. The weekly version has extra words, so there's 10 words. This 8 is how many guesses we have remaining. When we get all the greens, we're gonna get a bonus guess. I'm not planning to do the token system since we only have 2 puzzles, but we'll see how this goes. I'm starting with 5 words though, so we'll see. It could be a mistake. I can always add in the tokens thing if I decide to. So, anyways, all right, let's do Spain on both of them. Okay. And then Japan is next, and not surprising that there's no J. Oh, look at that, the P was really good. I mean, the N is good too, but especially the P, because if you can get less common letters, that really helps a lot, because it limits your, I mean, there's a lot more words that end in N than have a P in the middle, essentially is what I'm saying. All right, Chile, got the H, very good. No H there, no L over here, okay. And then Niger, got the I, awesome, awesome. And Tonga, which, I don't know, could be Tonga or something, Tonga, I really don't know. All right, so, well, at least we got a couple greens on each one. We've got a lot of colored clues here, so this is good, this is good. Now let's look through and see what we can figure out. That's the real question, is we've got a lot of clues. Can we figure anything out? So we've got the 2 yellow G's in the 4th row here. We could put a G at the beginning, but because we have the red G's here, I like putting a G right there. Now, it could be that they both have G's at the beginning or something. I don't think HG is very good, so I don't think it's gonna be second. So I think it's either gonna be there, or both of them have G's at the beginning. So, one theory is then to do a G right now, which would tell us if there's a G there, but there's no G at all on the right puzzle, so I don't really want to guess a G if it's not going to be in the right spot, essentially. Okay, so that's the G. Good, good, good. Now we do have, let's look at P maybe? So there's a P in the 1st row. It could be right there. Unfortunately, they can't have a P right here. Now, interesting, we have a P in the 2nd column here. It's not 1st, it's not 3rd, it's not gonna be PN. So I think there's gonna be a P here. I think this is gonna be a double P, which could be apple. Apple, we do have an A in the row, and the A is, no, and that's a definite A. Because look, we got the orange and the yellow, and there's a white A here, so that's a definite A. So apple would be really good. We've got the red L. The red E. So Apple's got a good chance there, I think. Interesting. And now this having a P, let's see. Ooh, now look at the A. We've got a red, orange A, The red A there means the A can't be third. Clearly the A can't be last. This is a definite A. So these both start with A, which is huge. That's huge. Over here, we've got an A in this column, and it can't be second or third, obviously not fourth. It could be fifth. We could end in IA, but there is a yellow A in the row as well. So that's not too bad, PA. Now I know we don't have an A right here, but there's a decent chance that's an A, and we know there's A's over here, so guessing something that's PA right now really wouldn't be too bad. Not too bad. Okay, now we've got, this could be a C. We do have the red and the yellow. CA is possible. It's not too bad. What else do we've got? What else do we have? What do we have? I. Oh, red I. Okay, so let's look at the I in the fourth column. It's not first, it's not second. Could be third. It can't be fourth. It could be fifth. But this is a pretty good spot for an I. LI, which then makes me think it could be C. CLI would be pretty good. That would mean we'd have to have a C right here because it's not going to be CN. I mean, we could also have a C. It could be C at the first and the fourth on the row. So, but if it's not first, the C would have to be fourth there. What is this going to be? AP with the N. Apron? Apron? Is apron possible? I think apron is possible. That's pretty good. Apron is good. Okay. So, this could be CO. That's not bad. It's not bad. The E, right. The E, okay, so if we're thinking apron, we've got an E in this row. It can't be third because of the yellow. It can't be fourth because of the orange. If that's an O, then it can't be second. I don't like EO as a start. So that puts the E here, which works out. We've got the E there. We could do ER. ER is really good. We could do ER on both of them, actually. This could be, we don't necessarily know that that's a C, but this could be, I think climb like that is a word. I know climb, like you climb something is with a B, but I think this is like a short for climate. I believe that's come up before. We would then have to have an R. I'm not really liking that. Maybe not climb. So maybe we get rid of the C there. And then we have a lot of options. I mean, what? We do have an S. Do we know anything more about the S other than, I think that was the only S that we guessed was in the corner there. So we have one in the row. It could be SP. SP is pretty good. Because otherwise, I mean, what's going to come before the P? It's got to be either an S or a vowel, right? And it can't be an A or an I. It would have to be EO or U. AO and AE aren't great. AU is a little better. Actually, cause isn't too bad. And slime, a few options. EE isn't great though. Oh, you know what it could be? This could be apply instead of apple. And then we could have I what? That doesn't really work either though, does it? Well, okay. What if we did appel and elder? And, oh, we can't have a G, so this can't be siege. Oh, and it needs to have an L. Oh, but it needs to have an L, right. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't like that. So maybe not cause. It seemed like it was gonna be great. We do need to have an S though. The problem is if we do cause, then we've got this double E and an ER, and we can change this one to a Y, but and this isn't necessarily ER at the end, so too many unknowns, too many unknowns. All right, so we need to figure out what we're gonna guess. I mean, we could do pause. But we don't really know that that's where the P is gonna be. But cause isn't great either because we know there's not a C on the left puzzle. At least pause has the chance of getting the P. Okay, I've been focusing more on the right puzzle. Let's see if we can figure out anything on the left. We've got the potential G's there. What about the E? Do we know much about the E? I mean, GE seems reasonable. We've got S, P, A, and T at the top here. What about Patsy? TH is good. We could also do paste. Paste is good too. SH is pretty good. I don't know. We've got to. I feel like I just don't know enough yet. This would have to be an N if it's GE. We could do hinge. Hinge, do we know anything about, what do we know about H? We know there's an H in the grid. I mean, we have the H there, but hinge is pretty good. Then we could do TH. Now, we need a vowel in here. It can't be A or I. E, O, or U. Oh, and we need an S. We've got S, P, and T in this column. Interesting. So we were kind of putting the P at the beginning, but it could also be the T, because we have a T in both. But either way, if you do P or T at the beginning, it's probably not going to be the other one second. I know there are a couple of words that start PT with a silent P, but those aren't great. So if it starts with P and it has the H, the T has to be here, but then the S is gonna have to be here. Oh, we could do, oh, but we can't do A, because it can't be paths. We could do the S right here and do singe, but I don't know. I'm tempted to do cause and hope that that's right and gets us a bonus guess over here. And helps us somehow up here. I mean, I do think it could be A and S like that. Could be an S right there. I think I'm gonna do pause. Let's not pause any longer, let's go for it. P and the A, okay, good. Oh, it's not cause, okay. But we did get the A's, what we knew were there, and we got the E down here. So, this is gonna be enter, I think. Very good. Now, this is interesting. So, up here we got, actually those could still, yeah, the S is either third or fifth, and the T is third or fourth. So, if the T is here, then the S has to be at the end. Paths? That's possible. I actually thought about that over here, didn't I? I did. I thought about that over here. Interesting. So paths, or I think hasty still works as well. Okay, and over here we've got the P. We've got E, S, and T. Could be pesto? Oh, tinge, yeah, pesto. We do have the yellow E here. I like pesto, that's really good. Pesto, okay. Pesto and pasty or paths. Okay, and then over, oh, and this is interesting too here. This, echo, was that an O? Could be, echoes? Oh, I don't like, ooh, I don't like the YS. I don't really like a double S either if we do paths. Not liking that. Now, look at the O though. We have the yellow here. It can't be second because the yellow down here. So it's either PO, which would then have to have the ST and E. Poets. That actually works. Poets works, doesn't it? No, the E can't be third. The E can't be third. So if the O was second, you'd have to have E, T, and S. The E would have to be here. This would have to be an E, which isn't gonna work. So the O can't be there. So the O can't be fifth, it can't be second, it can't be first. This has to be an O. Which takes me back to pesto. I think pesto is really good. But then, I mean, this has to be echo, right? And then, no, it doesn't have to be. We could do, oh no, there's no L. I was gonna say ethyl. Oh, but that's YL anyways. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be echoes. So maybe this isn't Y. But I don't really like SS, you know, if it was paths either. Pasta, why can't it be pasta? Pasta. Pasta, another A. There you go, I was thinking, well, it can't be E, so it can't be paste. Okay, pasta. Pasta works well. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This could be acrid. No, there's no R. Actin? No N down here. Oh, this isn't necessarily, this could be ethos. Ethos. That works out better maybe. Attic? Attic, and then we get our C. We do need to have a C somewhere. OC isn't too bad. Right in here we need a vowel. Now it can't be I, E, or A. It could be, oh, we need a U. We have the yellow U, so S-T-U-N. Stunt, maybe? Or stuns? Yeah, it can't be a T at the end, so stuns. Oh, but then that makes me think asset, but again, we can't have a T. Stunk and a skew. Ooh, now that's interesting. Tonga. What's this down here? This could be shunt. Okay, so this doesn't work. I think we're getting close. This could be octal. And then, I don't know. We're so close, but it doesn't quite work. Oh, there's no L on the grid. There's no L. Oh, what about octad and asked? There we go. Stunk, asked. Okay, instead of a skew, we can do asked. All right, well, we got a potential grid on the left. Only been recording for 25 minutes. The trick is we're down to 2 guesses on both of these, so even if we figure out what they are, I think it's gonna be really hard to... Starting with 5 words was probably not a good idea. But let's see if we can figure something. So I'm thinking attic and ethos, which is not great. None of those, but we do have the O here, so that's something. If we did ethos, that's only getting us that O, but at least we get a bonus guess on the left. Once we get our first bonus guess, I'll decide if I'm gonna do the tokens or not. Until then, we don't really even need to worry about it. So it's not cause, because it's not USE. There is no U. We've still got the C, the S, and the E that we need to put into here. So if the S is here, the E could be here. And then the C could still be over here. We could do something like cased and deter. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now over here, the column is interesting here because we've got the C, A, and the E. We can't do another A. We can't do an I. We can't do a U. We could have another E if it was here. We can't do an E third. So if we need another vowel, it would have to be an O. Otherwise, it would have to be a double consonant there. What about fruit and cafe? Does that work? And then spurt, we do have the R, and force, and oh, that doesn't. Oh, no. T, elite. Oh. Elite and forte. That actually works, doesn't it? Wait, can you spell cafe that way? Now I'm second guessing cafe. Can you do? I'm not sure. I'm thinking that might be the Italian spelling. And I learned Italian for a little while, a couple years ago. Well, like 5 years ago now, literally 5 years ago, yeah. Before I went to Italy. Because we usually spell it just with one F. I'm not sure if that's gonna be acceptable or not. Well, that's possible at least. I'm thinking about just guessing ethos because it gets me 4 letters on the left, assuming that's right. It gets me 1 on the right, but at least I've got a bonus guess somewhere. Ethos is right. Okay, and that O is right. Now, here's where it gets tricky because I have to get a word on the right. Oh, and I'm not confident in those. All right, well, let's check ethos. Did that do anything for us to support or, for or against what we were thinking? Ethos. Okay, so the T, we didn't think there was a T. The E, we do, we already knew there was an E up here, so what about here? We knew there was an E. T doesn't really help. The H, there's no H in the grid, but we didn't have any H's in the grid, so that was good. O, where did we get? The O was, let's see, we were guessing this one, right? Yeah, the O. The O is here. So this O, we didn't think there would be an O, so that's okay in that column. And then the S. Oh, there's an S. Okay, so it is not deter. It is not deter. Not deter. The S could be up at the top here. Oh no. I have to get it right on the right one here. Okay, well there's an S in this last column. We don't know anything else about the S. Okay, I'm really not confident in cafe. But that gets rid of so much. I did ethos thinking I'll get more letters. I should have done apple or apron because I'm more confident in those. And then on my next one, I could have done stunk or shunt. Because the S-U-N are all the same. That would have been the smart thing to do. Okay, well. So now I'm kind of thinking S here. So, could the C be here? Let's go back to that. Could we do this? If the S is at the end, could the C be fourth? There's probably a word that fits that, but I can't think of one. So I think the C would still have to be first. But there's quite a few things that could be, unfortunately. Well, I mean, we still need to have... I still feel like this is an L. So it can't be like comms or something. So we can't do ML. Oh, you know what? It could be... I mean, it could be cases. That's possible. I don't know what this would be at the end here, though. Let's get rid of this. We do need to have R in here. Okay, well, I'm very confident in apron, so I'm gonna mark those as definites. Because I was just about to say, do we know there's an R here? We do know there's an R there. I'm very confident in that. So we know this needs to have an R and an I. The I can't be first, second, or third. I fourth fits really well with the red I here. So it makes sense for it to be fourth. We've got the EN. We need to have a T and an R. The R can't be fourth, so it can't be like entry. If it was EN R, would that be possible? I don't think so. Okay, so I don't think the R is going to be there, so I'm very confident there's an R here. Okay, which then means that we don't necessarily know that there's another E. It could just be the one E. But we need to have a T. And it's not going to be TR. So it's got to be this. It's got to be this. And so then it has to be enter, I think. I think that's a definite. Enter. And this is then something P, something, something T. And if it's not S, it's got to be a vowel. And it can't be A, U, or I. It could be E, but then you'd have C-A-E, or something A-E, I guess. And I don't like that, really. So I don't think it works to put the E there. And it can't be A, U, or I. And it could be an O, I guess. But again, A-O isn't great either. Because we still have to have a C and an S in there somewhere. And so if it's not a vowel, it's gotta be an S. It's gotta be an S there. And in this column then, we can't have A, or I, or E, or N, or C. We have to have a U, so it's gotta be like... I mean, you can't even do sport, because we have to have a U. Spurt... or spout. Spout is possible. Ooh, spout's not bad. Oh, it can't be spurt. There's a white U right there. Oh, it's probably been there for 20 minutes. Okay, so it's spout. Spout. I think it's gotta be spout. I'm locking it in. Like I'm on a game show. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get there eventually. Maybe. So, this doesn't really work then. R-O-I-T, I don't like that. Fruit was better, but we can't have the U. And cafe didn't really work. Okay, so we've got R-O. This is not necessarily a T. I like apple. I know it could be apply, but I like apple. This is not necessarily an E. We do need an E though. don't like EOU, so I feel like it's probably, I mean, ER makes sense. What about droid and satyr? And what, cadre, maybe? We do have an R in this row. And route and elite. Okay, we're back to elite. Oh man. Well, I feel really confident about spout. That does get us the 2 S's on the left and the T as well on the left, assuming those are correct. Let's do spout. Let's go for it. Yes. Yes. It's spout. Okay, spout. Now, I am gonna do the tokens because I am floundering a bit here. So, the way the tokens work, it's not a thing in the game, it's a thing I just do myself. But basically when I get all 5 greens and I get a bonus guess, I get a token. So we have 2 tokens so far. And I can spend a token to change a letter between my 2 guesses. So I do have 2 tokens right now. I could change spout to be something that works better on the left. It would be awesome to do the N, but I can't do S-P-O-N-T. Spont isn't a word, I don't think. Stunt would be great, but that would require 3. Oh, okay. Okay, since I'm making up the rules as I go along, I'm saying I'm allowed to borrow. Briefly. How about this? I'm allowed to borrow if I can see how I'm gonna repay myself. We'll go with that, right? Not just I can borrow and hopefully some by the end I can do it. So here's what I'm thinking. From spout, if I change the P-O-U to T-U-N, I can do stunt, which is gonna give me a bonus guess from shunt and almost all of stunk. So I'll get a bonus guess by guessing stunt. So if I use 2 of my tokens, borrow 1, as soon as I guess it, I'll repay it. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna use 3 tokens, that puts me at -1. I'm gonna change spout to stunt. Yes, gets me a bonus guess back, which takes us to 0. Okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna be possible. Now, this next one, look at this. Like if I do the T and the G, it'll work on both of them. I really want to do elite, but that's not good at all with the left. But look, route and tinge both end in E. The problem is on the right, I have to get a bonus guess. The left, I've got a little bit more flexibility on this guess at least. Now, if I do elite, it will get me the TE in route, as well as a bonus guess. And on my next guess, all I need is an R to get a bonus guess from enter. And then when I get back around to the beginning, all I need is the R here to get route at that point. And I will have the E from tinge if I do elite. All I need is the K to get one from stunk. So, okay, my next one I would need to have an R to get enter. I could do asked, use a token to change it to asker. And so I could get, and asked would get me 2 because of stunk. So on my next one, I'll be able to get 2 on the left and 1 on the right. Okay, I'm gonna do elite. Yes, it was right. Okay, got a bonus guess. That's a token. All right, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do elite on the left. I'm not gonna change it, okay? So now I'm gonna do asked, which is gonna get me, I hope, well, it should get me stunk, at least. It's gotta be, it can't be stunt because of the yellow T. It can't be stung because of the red G. It's gotta be stunk. So if I do asked, it should get me 2, but for sure 1. So let's do asked. 2 bonus guesses. Very nice. which gives me a couple of tokens, but it also gives me a little bit of breathing room with my guesses there, because I'm up to 2 guesses remaining. Now, instead of doing asked over here, if I do asker, I'll get the R, which would give me enter. Now, I could use some tokens to change. I mean, I'm gonna have to use 1 to change to asker. Do I want to change anything else? I mean, I'd have to use 4 to change to satyr. It would get me 2 bonus guesses, though. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna change asked to satyr, which is gonna use 4. So that's gonna take us to -1, but since I'm gonna get a bonus guess, it'll repay it right away. So we're gonna do satyr, which is kind of funny. The one letter that I'm keeping is the E, and we don't need the E, but it's all right. Okay, that gets us 2 bonus guesses, so we go back up to +1. And now, I mean, all I need is the C on the right. All I need, if I do the T and the O on the left, I get 2 bonus guesses. Is there something that starts with a C and ends with T-O? Something, canto? That's a word in some languages. Let's try it. Hey, good, it worked, okay. Bonus guess. All right, 2. Canto, which should get us 2 more bonus guesses. That takes us up to 4. All right, well, I had to do some borrowing, but this is working out, so I'm happy with that. Because it's really hard to do, especially starting with 5 words. If I started with 2 words, 3 words, I might have been able to figure some more things out. But all right, so this time if I get the P and the R, we'll get apple and apron. If I get, I just need the C here. So PR and C. I don't know that there's anything that really works for both. Okay, I'm gonna do April. Oh, April's not a right. Okay, well that doesn't work then. Never mind. All right, well let's just go ahead and do April. It doesn't matter. We've got 3 guesses remaining on the left. That gets us 2 bonus guesses. Takes us up to 6. I mean, we've got 6. We could just completely change the word. We'll just go with apron. Why not? It's fine. Okay, and then we should be moving to, we're on the first one here, so we need the D and the R. We're on the 4th one here, we need the G and the A. Can we do, let's see, does Madre work? Very nice, that finishes it off. We do get another bonus guess. And then I'm gonna go from Madre, I'm gonna use 3 tokens to change it to Manga, which will get us, so I used 3, that takes us down to 4. And then I should have gotten 2 more, I think, right? I wasn't paying attention, but that doesn't really matter. And then we will end with Octad. Wow, okay. Whew. Well, I started out thinking, it's just 2 puzzles. I probably don't even need tokens. 2, I better use tokens. And then finally 2, I better use tokens and let myself borrow. But I didn't have to like go way in debt or anything, so I ended up with 6 at the end. So, all right, well, there we go. Tricky one, so over there on the left is this week's weekly Squardle, I believe number 54, and on the right is a bonus weekly Squardle. Let's see, we had Pasta, Ethos, Stunk, Tinge, Octad, Pesto, Attic, Shunt, Tonga, and Asked. Some tricky ones in there, especially with the K. And Cases, Apple, Droid, Route, Enter, Cadre, Apron, Spout, Elite, and Satyr. Apple and Droid are both in there next to each other, which is kind of fun. Yeah, competitors in making phone cases, I guess. And route planning, too, right? They each have their own, Google and Apple have different, I don't know, that's kind of a stretch now. But anyways, the point is, interesting words. I gotta go take a nap now. That was a lot of work. But let me know how you did with this week's weekly Squardle, and what clues I missed. I obviously missed the U. How long were you shouting at your screen? There's a white U, it's not Spurt. Yeah, I eventually noticed, so that's something. All right, well anyways, let me know how this week's weekly Squardle went for you. If you've done some bonus weeklies, if you've ever tried to do 2 at a time, let me know how that went for you as well. And be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles. We'll pick a random available seat. Why? Who knows? That's just the kind of thing hypothetical passengers do. That's pretty good. Let's go with that. Wow. No way. Yeah, I mean, either a part or short could be right, or neither of them could be right. Who knows? I mean, 20 times 11 is 220. Then we would need to add 53. 40 plus 13 is 53. There we go. 11 times 20, 220.